Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially entering a new generation of Nintendo consoles. The Nintendo Switch 2 is right on the horizon, and looking back at the Nintendo Switch, they made some incredible games this generation. So what I think it is finally time to do is rank every single first-party Nintendo Switch game from best to worst. So if Nintendo developed it or published it this generation on the Switch, we're going to talk about it. Let's just go ahead and get right into this video. So yeah, I've wanted to make this video for quite a while, and I was wondering, well, when is the best time? Because Nintendo just keeps releasing better games and new games all the time. And now, while we're waiting for the Nintendo Switch 2 and it's right around the corner, I think this is the appropriate time. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. And also follow me on Instagram and Twitter or X or whatever the hell you want to call it, so we can keep this community growing. Well, hey, I would really appreciate that too. And let's just go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have done this the best I could. This took me 2 days to go over and download every single one of these pictures. And I've done it in chronological order starting in 2017 up to 2025. But when I uploaded it here, I think it did it by alphabetical. So that was pretty pointless organizing all of this. We have Masterpiece, Must Play, Decent, Not Really Worth It, Hidden Gem, which probably should be up here, but I'm not going to remake this right now, and Bowser's Smelly Feet. That's right. That's about as low as you can get, right? Bowser's feet are on the ground, smelly feet underneath that. I mean, what are we doing here? This is every single first-party game that Nintendo developed or published. The only things that are not in here is like that Mario Kart toy that you could use at home, Super Mario 35, maybe another game that was a limited time release only on the eShop or something, but yeah, I think this is the majority of first-party Nintendo Switch games. So let's just get started. Fire Emblem Three Houses. If you're a Fire Emblem fan, I think this is a must-play game, and I think this is one of the best Fire Emblem games of all time. And I really like the whole Three Houses aspect of it. Super Mario 3D All Stars. I love this. I bought it and resold it multiple times, and then it started rising in price. I bought it again when it was like $65, sold it again, and now it's like $110. I'm gonna put it in decent for that. If this was not a limited release, it would be in must play. 1-2 Switch, I'm just gonna say not worth it. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. This game was gonna come out every single year, and it was like indefinitely stalled. When it finally came out, I think it was a fine release, but I think it just came and went immediately. So yeah, decent. Animal Crossing. This game did incredibly well. It skyrocketed, and I think a big part of it was the pandemic. So I'm gonna put this in Masterpiece. I played this every single day for like 2 months, and yeah, it's Animal Crossing. ARMS. I think I want to put it in must play, as crazy as that sounds, but I'm gonna put it in decent strictly because I think Nintendo underutilized it. I think it was cool, and they were pushing it a lot at the beginning of the Switch's life. It just, I don't know. I think it was too gimmicky with the Joy-Cons, and if it would have been just a regular fighting game that was not focused on using Joy-Cons, I think it would have did better, and I think it has really cool characters. Next, we have Astral Chain, and if you can look right here, I don't know if it's going to show, I'm actually playing Astral Chain right now. This game is incredible. There's a rumor that the second game is allegedly coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. I don't know if that's real or not, but yeah, this is a masterpiece. It's truly incredible. We have Bayonetta 1, 2, and 3. I think 3 is a must play, and I think 2 actually might be better than 3. So I'll put this decent, and I'll put this must play. Soretsa and the Lost Demon. This is Bayonetta Origins. This is a great game. I actually made a video about underrated Switch games, and I wrote out a list, and I added this game, and then when I made the video, I forgot to put this damn game on that list. This game is a hidden gem, very underrated, great game. Big Brain Academy, Brain vs. Brain. I know there are fans of this game out there. I can't remember if I played a demo of it, but I remember I played it for like 30 minutes, and I don't remember buying it. But to me, it just felt like a souped up mobile game almost, so it's not worth it. Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Man, I actually think I kind of hate this game. This is going to Bowser's Smelly Feet. It is a soulless Mario game. I'm so happy they did Super Mario Bros. Wonder because this was not working anymore. Breath of the Wild, not a lot to talk about there. It's a masterpiece. I've beat this game 4 times, and yeah, man, there's a rumor they're gonna remaster it or something for the Nintendo Switch 2. I cannot wait to jump in Breath of the Wild again. Box Boy and Box Girl. I guess you would call this almost like a puzzle platformer or something. This game is pretty fun, and it seems like it had a lot of hype about the time it released. I remember in like that first 6 months. Now, I want to say since like 2022, 2021, I have not heard anybody talk about this game. I think I'm going to put it in Hidden Gems. Hidden Gems? I have Hidden Gem. Need Hidden Gems. There we go. Bravely Default 2, I think this was also on the 3DS. It's decent. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I really enjoyed this game. The first time I played it is in Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's actually one of my favorite parts of that game. So then I went and bought the game, and it's cool. It's only like $30 full price, I think, which is the perfect price for it. Very charming little game. Actually, I think it's a must-play game if you're a fan of Nintendo. We have Clubhouse Games, 51 or 51 games, whatever the hell it's called. I'm not even kidding. I think this is a very underrated Nintendo Switch game, and it has a niche audience. You know, this isn't for everybody, but if you enjoy a quarter of the games on this, I really do think it's worth playing. So I'm going to put this in Hidden Gems. Hidden Gem? I don't know. This is throwing me off. Just know it's going in this category right here. Daemon X Machina. You know what's crazy? I have made countless Nintendo Switch videos, top 10 videos, top 10 this, top 10 that, Hidden Gems, all of this. This game is incredible, and I have never once put it in any of the videos, and I feel like that's dumb. I don't know how this game always flies under the radar. This is actually one of the best Nintendo Switch games, at least to me. Maybe if you're not into the whole mech thing, you won't care. I want to put it in Masterpiece, but I think it's janky in a couple areas, but I do think it is a must-play game. Detective Pikachu Returns. The movie was cool. The game on the 3DS was okay. This game it's very lackluster. I don't think it's Bowser's Smelly Feet, because I think it has like a different audience it's going for, maybe like 8 years old and younger. So just because it's not the most difficult Pokemon game, I won't say like anything too harsh about it. And I think the graphics are better than a lot of other Pokemon games, so I'll just put not worth it, probably for like a bigger audience. But Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. This is a masterpiece, man. This game is, whoa, Zelda's gotta go in front of that, but whoa, Zelda's gotta go in front of all this. What are we doing here? Yes, it's a Wii U port, but I think more people played it on the Switch, and it's just one of the greatest 2D platformers ever. It looks good, the music is great, it's very difficult but very rewarding. It is so damn fun. I have Dragon Quest Builders 2 on here. I think they also did Dragon Quest Builders. I might have missed that one. This is my second Dragon Quest game ever. A lot of fun. It's like Minecraft mixed with an RPG. Really, really addicting, and it looks great. I think this is actually a must-play Nintendo Switch game. Echoes of Wisdom. There's not a lot to say about this one. It's cool you play as Zelda for the first time. And I like how you have I think it's called the Tri-Rod, so you can just duplicate all these items and use cool abilities. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I think if you're a fan of Zelda though, or just Nintendo in general, it is definitely a must-play game. Emio the Smiling Man. This has a very particular, I don't know what the word is, but it has a very precise audience. I think that's probably the wrong word as well. This was my first Super Famicom Detective Club game, or whatever the hell these games are called. And yeah, I think it's great. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I think there's a couple things they could tweak, but definitely a must play. Whoever made the cover to this game right here,
what the hell is even that?
Should be put in a dungeon. This is insane. I still can't believe they thought, you know what? We gotta sell some games here. We gotta have a good cover for the game. We have to make something people see in stores and say, hey, I'm gonna buy that even though I don't know what it is. This is the definition of Bowser's Smelly Feet. Oh yeah, if I keep looking over there, that's because I'm actually recording this off my laptop screen. This is my MacBook screen instead of my regular camera that I normally use, because I finally learned how to record videos using OBS. So if I'm looking all around, just bear with me. Famicom Detective Club bundle. I think this was both games from the Super Nintendo, I think. Yeah, it's decent. I mean, it's cool getting them on the Switch after like 20 years. I don't know if they came to other consoles, but yeah, it's cool having them. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. I think I bought this on an eShop sale a long time ago, and I could only get like 5 hours into it because the voice acting was kind of weird, at least to me. So I'll just say decent. We have Fire Emblem Engage. This game was strange because I think it was really good, but one of the pushbacks I would hear online from fans of the series is they didn't like the aesthetic and the way the characters looked and had like red and blue hair. And like, I get it, it might not be for everybody the way it looks, but I think it was a step in the right direction. I'm going to put this actually at the beginning of must play. I think they're heading in the right direction from the franchise. Fire Emblem Warriors. It's decent. Hyrule Warriors. I think this is actually a really good port. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. This is really cool, especially if you're a fan of Breath of the Wild. It's really cool to see the lore of the game. I'm not the biggest fan of like the Warriors style games, like the whole hack and slash go crazy with a million enemies, but this was really fun, and I think the narrative really carried it. When I played it, there was like a lot of frame rate issues. I think it's been updated since then and probably works a lot better, but you know, it's not going to go to must play, but it is decent. Super Mario Party Jamboree. The reason why I wanted to have these games in chronological order is because a lot of games that released earlier in the generation of the Switch that I had issue with, they kind of fixed it later on. Like the first Super Mario Party game, I think it's just called Super Mario Party on the Switch. Not a great Mario Party. Then we got Mario Party Superstars, which was better. Jamboree is top 2 or 3 Mario Party game of all time. I don't think it's a masterpiece because it's kind of just Mario Party, but it is a must-play game. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. I'm going to be controversial here. I really don't think it's worth it. If you have the 3DS version, sorry, I keep looking over there. If you have the 3DS version, play that. If you have the Wii version, play that. Especially since this was $60. If this would have released at $40, I probably would have put it in decent because I think it's a fine version of the game, but I just don't think it was warranted on the Switch at all. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This is a masterpiece, man. This is peak Kirby. This got me into the franchise. I'm sure it did a lot of other people. It's like the Kirby version of Super Mario Odyssey, and I know that's a very shallow way to explain the game, right? That's just a very easy way to explain it, but it is. It's phenomenal. It made me a Kirby fan, and if I would have never enjoyed this, I would have never played Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Again, I want to put this in must play. I think it's really, really fun, but it was $60. So again, this should have been like a $40 release, so it's going to go in decent. This would have been $40. It would have been in must play. Kirby Star Allies. I actually think this game is a little underrated. Very fun multiplayer game. With Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe and Forgotten Land, I almost want to say it's not even worth playing this one anymore. And if you could only play one Kirby game on the Switch for whatever reason, it would be these two right here. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. This is actually my favorite Pokemon game that ever released on the Switch. Man, such a good game. Yes, it's a remake of Yellow version and an easier remake. You know, it's like more accessible. I beat this game 3 times. I could easily play it again. I just beat Fire Red recently, but if I didn't just beat that recently, I definitely would have played this again. I love it so much. I hope they do Gold and Silver in the same style. Not a masterpiece, but definitely a must play on the Switch. We have Luigi's Mansion 2. I almost feel like it's not worth it. It's cool that it's on the Switch. A little expensive for my taste. Again, I think these remakes should all be $40, but I think a lot of people experience it on the Switch. I think the sales said like 1.17, so not even 1.5 if I'm not mistaken. So they probably underperformed a little bit. Luigi's Mansion 3, I mean, Maron, what are we doing here? Easiest masterpiece ever, oh my god. I beat this game twice. It's one of my favorite games I've ever played. It looks incredible. It already looked like a Nintendo Switch 2 game. It looked so damn good. I love the hotel aspect of it where each floor is like its own level. It is so good. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This is always an unpopular opinion, when I say this, but this is my favorite Mario game on the Switch, even over Mario Odyssey by like a big margin. This is a masterpiece to me. How do we get up here? Where'd it go? Yeah, this is a masterpiece. And Bowser's Fury is incredible. Again, I think this is a look into Mario or 3D Mario on the Nintendo Switch 2. This game is just so fun, man. Really, it is so fun. Mario and Luigi Brothership. Yeah, not worth it, man. I don't think we needed a Mario and Luigi game on the Switch. It almost felt like they just wanted to have one out on the Switch. I think it was a new team that worked on it. I like the graphics. I liked some of the game. It goes on about 15 hours, entirely too long. If this would have been a 15-hour game, I think that would have been perfect. And unfortunately, I think for this game being too long, it might turn people off to newer entries in the series. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. This is decent. I said I like this on an eShop sell video, and somebody told me they don't trust my opinion now. Like I was lying, but I'm not. I like Mario and Sonic games. Like I liked it all the way back on the DS. I like this version. Unfortunately, that is the last time we will ever get one of these games, so cherish it. Because the Olympic community said they are no longer going to make these games. Super Mario Golf. I'm trying to think about all the Mario sports games we got. I think out of all of them, I might like Golf the best. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they did an amazing job on this. It's amazing. It stood the test of time. All the updates were great. Yeah, they did a great job, but I'm really excited for whatever's coming on the Switch too, man. Mario Kart 8, you did your job. It is time to retire. Super Mario Maker 2. I think this is a must play. I think it's great. You know what's cool is a lot of people don't realize there's a story in this. It's not just make your own Mario levels, which is what you want to do. And one of my favorite things to do is not even make the levels. It's go on YouTube and look at compilations of crazy ass levels people made because they're incredible. And I think it's only going to be better on the Nintendo Switch 2, especially with this mouse functionality. I cannot imagine how great Super Mario Maker 3 will be. Mario Party Superstars, it's decent. It's decent. Super Mario RPG I'm putting as a masterpiece. It is one of my favorite games I played on the Switch entirely. It's exactly like 10 hours long, which is a little short, and it leaves you wanting more, but it is so damn charming. Some of the cutscenes were so beautiful, and like when you would do these big group attacks to your enemies, like Bowser mixed with Mario mixed with Peach, or I can't remember the other characters, like the little cupcake or cloud looking guy, and like the little puppet. Like depending on who you use, you'll have a group and then you'll use a group attack. The animations were incredible, and I think it's another look into the Nintendo Switch 2, like what they're going to be capable of. Mario and Donkey Kong is cool. I think it's fun. Again, I think it's way too expensive. I think it was $50. This should have been a $30 game at most. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, masterpiece. I was really hard on this game, and I think it's because I was like streaming at the time. I was trying to stream a little bit, and I got this game and streamed it the first day, and I think I was like trying to be entertaining or something, or maybe my opinion was swayed, but the game really grew on me, and now going back and experiencing it again by myself and really taking it in, it's a masterpiece, man. They did an incredible job, and there's a rumor there's going to be a sequel of this in 2026 or 2028, something, I don't know. Regardless, this game is great. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about this one, but it's actually very underrated. That's all I can say. So I also have a few 2025 games in here, like Xenoblade, Metroid Prime 4, and Pokemon Legends EA. Obviously, I haven't played those yet, but I'm just going to say Metroid Prime 4 is going to be a must-play game. Let me see if I can find the other ones in here. Let's get those out of the way. Pokemon Legends EA. To me, I think that's going to be must-play as well. Seems like they're cooking a lot on this. We'll probably see some footage of this at the end of the month. And what else did I say? Xenoblade X. Where is that? I think this is going to be a masterpiece. I'll stand behind that. I really do. I think the Wii U version is incredible. The Switch version could only be better. And it looks better, and they're adding more stuff. Masterpiece. We have Metroid Dread right here. This is a masterpiece. What's really cool about this, I want to say this happened in 2021. Time flies. But I think 2021 in October, they released Metroid Dread and the Nintendo Switch OLED on the same exact day. Very cool day to be a Nintendo fan. Metroid, I could take it or leave it. That being said, I think they did an amazing job on this. And they were working on it for like, 17 years or something crazy like that. So really cool to get this game. and I just think Metroid is in a really good place right now. Miitopia, not even joking, this is a hidden gem. I got the demo of this, I want to say, or maybe my daughter bought it. I don't know, but me and my daughter played it, and it was so damn fun, like truly so fun. I never heard anybody talk about this game at all, which is unfortunate. Sure, it's probably not for like hardcore players, but yeah, we had a lot of fun with it, and I think it's definitely worth checking out. We have Nintendo World Championship NES Edition. This was a really cool release. I think it's decent though, and the reason why I think it would have been better is you don't get to play the full version of any of these games, and it's like Nintendo, you gave them to us a million times already. They're on Nintendo Switch Online, they're everywhere, right? Why not just give us a full version of these games? Like, yes, you can do the speed run, but also you can play the games. I think if people got to experience the games, then they would probably do the speedrunning part more. There's probably people who bought this and unfortunately never played some of these games before, and their first experience is rushing through a level, so it's cool. But I just wish they would have gave us the full game, so it's going to decent. Octopath Traveler is going to must play. Is this Octopath Traveler or 2? I think this is number 1. But yeah, this is a must play game, man. This series, in my opinion, pioneered the HD 2D graphics. It's just a phenomenal game, it really is. And I think it was exclusive to Nintendo Switch for the longest time, but now I think it's on Xbox and possibly PlayStation. Yeah, they have a bright future. Paper Mario Origami King. Very weird game. I think the story was very good and very strong. I think the battling system was dumb. There's no other way to put it. There's some other words I want to say, but I think you get demonetized for those words. It was dumb. Let's just say that. It's like this wheel, and it's okay, but it was like a chore almost. Like I was like, I don't like this. Every time I'd get into a battle, I wouldn't want to battle, and unfortunately, I quit playing like 4 hours into the game. So I think the game looked beautiful, but I don't even think it's worth it, to be honest. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door remake. This, ladies and gentlemen, masterpiece. Truly masterpiece. One of the best things Nintendo has ever released, ever, in the history of Nintendo. The GameCube version holds up incredibly well, but this, man, this is the best Paper Mario game, in my opinion. And that's the only one that matters right now. Princess Peach Showtime. It was better than I thought, but it's decent at best. Pikmin 3 Deluxe, I don't know. Because Pikmin 3 came out on the Wii U, I believe, right? So, if you played it there, I guess you might want to replay it on the Switch. So, I'm just going to put it here. Pikmin 4, though, that's a must-play game. I'm just realizing right now as well, I don't think I put Pikmin 1 and 2 on here. And I know that was released as a bundle. But if that was on here, I'd probably put it on decent. Pokemon Quest. This is a free-to-play game. This is one of the first things I think I ever downloaded on my Switch, possibly. I got my Switch like mid-2018, or maybe towards the end of 2018, my first Switch. And I remember downloading this because it was Pokemon and messing around with it. It's decent. It's decent. So yeah, let me say another unpopular opinion. I really liked Pokemon Diamond on Nintendo Switch. I played it on the DS and didn't remember anything about it. I played it again on the Switch, and I really enjoyed it. Like, I had a lot of fun. Beat the whole game in like 2 weeks or something. And if I was going to play any Pokemon game again on the Switch right now, just right now, it would probably be this one. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Yeah, this is a must-play game. I am never one of those people in Pokemon who like complete the Pokédex. I might be a Pokemon game every single game with only 15 Pokemon if possible. Sometimes you need to catch some Pokemon to progress an area or something. I just do that just to progress. I get like my 6 Pokemon I enjoy, I involve them, and that's what I beat the game with. So Pokemon Legends Arceus was really cool because it forces you to catch a lot of Pokemon, and I like how chronologically it's the first Pokemon game, so it teaches you a lot about the lore. I like the like primitive Pokeballs in it, and if this is like the base of Pokemon Legends EA, like this was a step in that direction, I'm very excited. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I think this is decent. Yeah. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This is a crazy thing. This I owe a lot to. And this is why. I had another YouTube channel where I would vlog and do whatever, and I got partnered on it, and then I realized I didn't have the passion for it, So I'm going to start a new YouTube channel, and I'm just going to talk about stuff I enjoy. I don't care if I ever get subscribers. It's going to be a place for me to vent. I made a video about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, facts or something. I'll actually put it on the screen right now. But it was my first video I ever made on this channel, and it got 5,000 views in a week. And I was like, holy crap, that's amazing. So then once a week, I would make a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video up until the game released. And that's how my channel started. I got like my first 100 subscribers just talking about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, it's a really janky game, but I had a lot of fun. I'm going to put it up here at the beginning of decent. Pokemon Snap. If you're a fan of Pokemon, you probably played this. I'm more nostalgic for it, so I have to keep that in mind. But I think this is a hidden gem, man. This flew under the radar. Some people might think it's boring, but I think it is a perfect Pokemon game. Like, it's only the second Pokemon Snap game ever, I think. That being said, it is a ton of fun, very relaxing, and yeah, I really hope we get more Pokemon Snap games in the future. So let me give you another unpopular opinion. I really liked Pokemon Sword and Shield. I guess Pokemon fans don't like these games, which is strange to me, maybe the location. I thought like the countryside of England, or I think that's what it was inspired by, I think it was really charming, and I beat these games probably, I know at least 2 times, maybe 3 times. I really enjoyed them. I think I'm going to put this as a must-play Pokemon game. Pokken Tournament DX, I don't think I only played this one time, and it wasn't my game. I think I might have played it at like family or friend's house or something. Wasn't very memorable. I think a big critique of this game is like there's only, I don't want to undersell it, but I think like 10 or 12 characters total in the game, which is kind of crazy. So it's decent.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Metroid Prime Remastered is a masterpiece. This is the standard of remastering a game. $40, kind of crazy. Somebody, I think at a game store, told me they had a theory about it, and I think it makes a lot of sense. They gave us this game for $40, and then a few days later announced Tears of the Kingdom was going to be the first $70 Nintendo Switch game. So this was a way to like soften that blow a little bit. It's like, hey, Tears of the Kingdom is the first $70 Nintendo game. We're like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? And they're like, whoa, look at Metroid Prime. It's $40. Like, whoa, $70, $40. I'm going to focus on this now. And it makes a lot of sense because since then, Nintendo has released a lot of dumbass games for $60 that are worth like 30 most. So, yeah, it's a great game. Skyward Sword HD. I know this is kind of unpopular as well, but this is one of my favorite Zelda games I've ever played. Zelda is my favorite franchise of all time. The Wii version, I don't think I ever played, so there's some people who had like a bad taste in their mouth from that and thought, well, it's probably just as bad, so I'll just skip out. The controls took a little bit to get used to. They have motion controls, but they also have like this way where you use the Joy-Con as a sword. After playing for like a day, I got used to it, and then I started to enjoy it. Man, I love the setting, the story. It's chronologically the first game in the Zelda universe. I love Link and Zelda's relationship in the game. And yeah, it's easily top 5 Zelda for me. It really is. I'm going to put this at the top of must play. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I mean, what do we say here? Like, it's the best Smash game of all time. It was an event. Like, every time there was a Nintendo Direct and we were anticipating who the new character was, it was such a cool feeling. If you are not in the gaming world, which you are if you're watching this video, and you're looking from the outside in, you would be like, man, look at those dumbass nerds over there. Like, I've seen people straight break down and cry sometimes when a character would get revealed. And I feel it. It's like, this is something you grew up with. And a character you love that you never thought would ever have a chance of being in this game is in this game. It was so cool. I think Sakurai is cooking something amazing for the Nintendo Switch 2. It's going to be hard to top the cultural impact of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, man. It was something special. Snipper clips. This game is okay. Really cool use of like the Joy-Cons, and I like how you have to cut and make stuff fit, and it was really cool. I kind of feel like this and 1-2 Switch should have been free-to-play games like packaged with a Switch. I've heard arguments against that where like maybe people would have played that first and thought, I don't think I like the Switch. So I get that pushback, but yeah, this is okay. Mario and Rabbids Spark of Hope, and I'm looking in here now and I don't think I have Kingdom Battle in here. I think Kingdom Battle and Spark of Hope are hidden gems. They are so damn fun. Great entry-level tactical games. Kingdom Battle and Spark of Hope you can always pick up for $20 or less physically. Sometimes like $10. They are must-play games. So damn fun. I hope we get more of these from Ubisoft in the future. But I don't know if Ubisoft is going to be around much longer unless the new Assassin's Creed game does well. Splatoon 2, yeah, I think it's a must-play game. Maybe not now, but at the time it is. I do think Splatoon 3 does everything better. It is a great, great sequel. And I think I'm going to put it in Masterpiece. And the crazy thing is, I'm not a Splatoon fan at all. Super Mario Party, Bowser's smelly feet. They should have never released this. It felt like an incomplete game. Super Mario Odyssey, easily a masterpiece. I just beat it again. I want to say like 2 or 3 months ago because I beat the game twice. And then I didn't know after you beat the game, you get like new worlds or something. I would just beat the game, roll credits, and be done. But then somebody told me, no, there's like 2 extra worlds you can go play and you got to find some more moons and stuff. So yeah, I beat it again like 2 or 3 months ago. It's an amazing game. But I still prefer Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. That's just me. Sushi Striker Way of Sushido, I think that's what this is called. This released simultaneously, I believe, on the 3DS and the Switch. This game is actually a lot of fun, man. And I've never heard anybody talk about this. In my opinion, this is a very underrated Switch game. I'm going to put it in Hidden Gems. Nintendo Switch Sports. So I was on a podcast recently, shout out Nintendo Prime podcast, but we were talking about this and I said, I don't think this game does good for Nintendo and I feel like it has no soul. And then later in the podcast, we went over sales numbers randomly, and this game sells incredibly well, and it made me look like a complete dumbass. That being said, I still don't really like it that much. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. It is fun. I think if I'm being honest here, I'm just more nostalgic for Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. That's probably like me kind of being jaded towards it. That being said, I still think it's just decent. I'll put it up here. Tears of the Kingdom. This game is incredible. It took me like, I don't know, a month or 3 weeks to beat Breath of the Wild, which is crazy. I would play it all night. I would stay up all night playing it. Tears of the Kingdom came out in May, and it took me all the way to the end of October to beat it. I mean, it just straight up does everything better than Breath of the Wild. And I was one of those people who were saying, bro, it's not like Breath of the Wild DLC. It's a whole new thing entirely. But to be honest, after I beat it, I kind of did feel like it was just DLC for Breath of the Wild. All that being said, this is easily the definition of a masterpiece. Tetris 99, I'm going to put this in must play. It's a lot of fun. The one thing I don't like about it is you need a Nintendo Switch Online account to play it, which I get. You know, that's kind of the reason why they have games like this, to force you to buy Nintendo Switch Online. And you can have the base model, which is like $20 here, so it's not the most expensive thing. But yeah, dude, if you're a fan of Tetris or you've ever even played Tetris once in your life, this is so freaking fun to play. I don't think I've ever won a game ever. It's like a Tetris Battle Royale, but it is super, super fun to jump into. Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE Encore. It's kind of a tongue twister to me, but I didn't know this was in the same universe as like Shin Megami Tensei and Persona. I think Atlas made this, maybe, I have no idea. But I bought this randomly because it looked like a fun RPG. It was okay. The story was strange, or like a singer or something. I can't even remember, it's been so long, I could be making all of this up. But it was not what I thought it was, so I'm gonna put it in decent. Triangle Strategy, maybe unpopular opinion, but yeah, I did not like this at all. We have WarioWare Get It Together and WarioWare Move It. I cannot remember which one of these came out first. I want to say Get It Together. I could be wrong on these, but whatever one came out first, I do not think is worth it. And WarioWare Move It, I did like that one, so I'm going to put that in decent. This game right here, I cannot remember what it's called. I remember the cover art, and obviously I saved it. It's like Neo World Ends With You or something like that, like World Ends With You Remix or something. I don't know. I can't remember. Forgive me. I could look it up, but oh well. This game was a lot of fun. I bought this at a used game store. I think I got like this, Skyrim, maybe Breath of the Wild, and something all on the same day. And I remember I played this for like 5 hours, and I thought it was really, really cool. And then I remember telling somebody else that I played this and I enjoyed it, and they're like, oh man, that game sucks. So yeah, I think I'm going to put it in Hidden Gems. We have Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3. I have Xenoblade Definitive Edition and Must Play, and I have 2 and 3 as masterpieces. You could argue Xenoblade Definitive Edition needs to be a masterpiece, but 2 and 3, man, these are crazy. Number 3 is it's incredible. And lastly, we have Yoshi's Crafted World. It's okay. I think the graphics really carry the game, and I remember buying it thinking, oh my god, this looks so fun and so cute and charming, and it looks like it's just going to be a great time. And then I would literally like force myself to play it. So the graphics really carried it. If you're younger, and that's probably who they were targeting with this game, not a grown-ass man, it was probably a lot better to you. I'll put it up here in decent. When I was making this tier list and I put Bowser's Smelly Feet down here, I expected to have like at least 10 games in this category. But we don't have that. There's probably like a couple games I'm missing here that I overlooked. So if you know anything that I'm missing, let me know in the comments. But this right here, just these two top, this is incredible for a generation to have. Like, Nintendo knocked it out of the park. You could easily say some of these deserve to be in the masterpiece as well. Maybe even some of these in decent deserve to be up there, but just from decent up and then add the hidden gems, like, they did amazing this generation. Nintendo really needed this coming from the Wii U, and now they almost have the best-selling console of all time, and they've sold over 1.2 billion games this generation. And this right here, this is the reason why. A lot of these games are evergreen. You can play Paper Mario, Metroid Dread, Breath of the Wild, Pokemon Sword, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Pikmin 4, Bayonetta 3, any of these games you can play at any time, whether it be now or 10 or 20 years from now. So what do you guys think? You know, the generation for the Nintendo Switch, it's been pretty good to us, right? Coming off the Wii U to this, we really needed this, and Nintendo really delivered. So in the comments below, let me know your favorite Switch games the entire generation. Maybe some hidden gems, maybe something everybody played, or maybe something that was just special to you. And what games did you not like this generation? I would really love to hear from you. And if you made it to this part of the video, all the way here at the end, I really appreciate you. It really means the world, because you could be anywhere else right now, but you're right here watching this video, so you should hit a like and subscribe on the way out, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter or X or whatever the hell you want to call it, so we can keep this community growing. We have a really cool community over here. I would really appreciate that. And you guys know me, I will see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.